take an oath by Allah, forgive me if these words are a bit harsh, but I tell you now, and this is my own personal opinion, wallahi, even our love for the deen, even our love for the Sahaba is a love of dunya. Nobody here loves Umar ibn al-Khattab. Most loved, probably one of the most loved. He's definitely my favorite. Nobody here loves Umar ibn al-Khattab because he had permanent marks on his cheeks from crying out of fear of Allah. Nah, cuz we love Umar ibn al-Khattab because when his name was mentioned, the kuffar used to shake in their knees. No one loves Umar ibn al-Khattab because he had permanent marks on his shoulders. Why? Because he was servicing the community in the late hours of the night when everyone was asleep and wasn't watching. You don't love Umar for that. You love Umar because he was a man, brother. When he rocked up, cuz everyone buckled. The Prophet of Allah who we claim we love. Because I'm sure you're thinking in your mind, wallah brother, may Allah reward you, very nice khutbah, very emotional, very touching, but cuz you don't understand, what this person did to me is unforgivable. And I repeat, there is absolutely no scenario. I don't care if he shot your mother, he shot your father, he raped your child. I don't care what scenario you could possibly throw at me. Forgiveness is the key. The Prophet of Allah for 13 years in Mecca, live this with me, 13 years in Mecca, prosecuted, harmed, sworn at, spat at, had dust thrown in his face. They killed his companions. For what? For what? What crime did he do? What crime did he do? What? He looked at someone's sister? What? He didn't cough up his money at the end of the business transaction? What crime did he do? 13 years. They boycotted him and his family for 3 years. Sahaba said we were eating the leaves of the trees until our droppings became like the droppings of animals for 3 years. For what? What crime? They divorced his daughters. Sumayya radiallahu in front of the Prophet, publicly. I'm not telling you, Allah, you know what, that they started sending around a WhatsApp video about what. No. Publicly, live, in front of the Prophet and his companions, they grabbed Sumayya, a woman. They grabbed her publicly. They opened her legs in front of her husband and her son, and they rammed a spear into her private parts until they killed her. They exiled him from his land, Mecca, exiled him for 18 months in Medina. 18 months he was crying. Why? Because he was missing the Kaaba so much. They stabbed his pregnant daughter. As a result, she lost her child. 8 or 6, a few months later, she ended up dying in Medina. He buried every one of his children while he was alive, except for Fatima. In Uhud, you know, it's one thing to go to war and kill. That's fine, he killed the man. In Uhud, they massacred the dead. His uncle Hamza, they cut his nose off, they cut his ears off, they ripped his liver out. Hind took a bite from his liver and spat it on the floor. Sahaba said when the Prophet of Allah seen Hamza, we never seen him cry like he cried when he seen his uncle Hamza. In narrations, he prayed janazah for his uncle 70 times. So much hurt and so much pain. For years. And then when Fatah Makkah came, and now he comes back victorious with an army of 10,000 companions, an army the which Arabia never seen in their lives. Men who at the drop of a word were happy to give their lives just to see him smile. He enters into the Haram of Mecca, 10,000 soldiers surrounding, and those people that harmed him for years and years and years, not Muslims. And I'm asking you to forgive your Muslim brother. God forbid I should ask you to forgive kafar. I'll be labeled on the payroll, scholar for $1. Wallahi, you mop the floor with me. So I'm not even gonna dare to go down that road. God forbid we should follow the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nah, no way, brother. He enters into the haram, 10,000 soldiers surrounding the haram. Those people that harmed him for years and years. Where are they gonna go now, bro? Talk about the tables turning, huh? So he looks at them. He says to them, and what do you think I will do with you today? What do you think I will do today? They said, you're an honorable, generous person, the son of an honorable, generous person. The Prophet of Allah turns around and says to the kuffar, اذهبوا فأنتم الطلقاء. Go, every single one of you are free, I forgive you. Where's this sunnah in our lives, man? Where's this deen? أقول قولي هذا استغفر الله.